Okay, so today we're going to go in here and we're going to make some new files here. Our piece is going to be 26 1/4 high, and it's going to be 9 1/2 wide. It is 3/4 of an inch thick. We're going to go off the material surface, and we're going to make the datum down in the left-hand corner. So first thing I want to do is come over here, and we're going to zoom in, and I'm going to just bring me a guide over here. I want to keep about 1/4 inch off of that edge or so. And so there's my first guide. I want to make these 1 1/2 inches wide. So I'm going to, relative to that, I'm going to make this another guide, 1.5. Create guide, close. So this is going to be my area here. And then I'll keep off the corner here. And I want to make this, I'm going to have one that's 5 inches. And then I'm going to have one that's 7 inches. So let's make a thing, I think it's going to be -5 going up. Let's take a look. Nope, it's just 5. Okay, so there's my 5-inch one. And then we're going to go here and do a 7-inch one. Oh, that should have been -7 again. -7. Relative, create guide. Nah, I think it's just 7. There we go. Close. So here's my guides. I got the guide here for the 7-inch one, and I got the guide here for the 5-inch one. And what I'm going to be making is, you've probably seen similar ones like here, and I'll give you a link of the gentleman that made these up. And it's actually a pretty good design, and for me it works very well, so no sense inventing the wheel there. So I'm going to start right here. I'm going to have radius corners, and I'm going to have the height as 5 inches, and it's going to be 1 1/2 wide. And let's just create it. Close. Okay, so we got that right there. And then what I want to do, I want to come in from the edge, and I want to come in from the edge approximately 1 3/4 inches. So let's make another one right here from that guide, relative 1.25. Create guide. Yep, went the wrong direction. So I'll close that. Let's get rid of that one. Okay, so we're back on this one. Relative minus 1.25. Create a new guide. Close. So I'm going to do my slot from here, and I'm going to bring it to about 1/2 inch from this side. So I can make another one here relative to this guide at 0.5. Close. Okay, so I'm going to do my slot between these two, and it's going to be in the center. And I'm going to make another rectangular item here with a radius of 0.25 external corner. And I'm going to start right here down to here, and I want that to be a little over 7/16, which 7/16 would be 0.4375. I'm sorry, 5/16. I want it to be slightly bigger then 5/16. So we'll make this 0.36. So we're going to make this 0.36 on the width. There's 3, 4, 3. .36. Apply. There we go. And let's bring it on down here. Close that. Got it there. Now let's center it. Okay, so now we have our slot, and what we want to do, we're going to flatten this piece right here down, and we're going to leave it extended. So we want to come from about a 1/4 inch here all the way down. So I'm just going to make a bigger square, rectangular. Start it here and all the way down so we can clear that off. I'll move that over with the arrow. Close. There. So I got that centered on there, and that's going to leave our piece here, give us our rounded corners we want, and then cut out the center. Okay, so now let's go over to, I'm gonna click that one. I'm gonna move that to layer, new layer, overall. I'm just going to call it overall, hold down. Then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to copy this one, and I'm going to call this, let's see, we're going to move that to layer, new layer, and that's going to be the cutout. Say OK. And then this here, that's going to be the bolt hole opening. So I'm going to say the opening. We're going to move that to move to layer, new layer, bolt opening. Okay, so now we have all of these set that we need. They're in their appropriate layers. So I can shut off layer 1, and there is nothing left here. We moved all 3 of them. So now what I want to do is I want to replicate these on this board. You know, we got this whole board here, and we want to have as many as we can get over here to the side. So I'm going to come down here, I'm going to select all this, and right now I'm going to hide my guides. I'm going to go up here to view. Yep. Yeah, guidelines. And I'm going to guides visible. I'll unclick that. So now I can't see the guides. So I know this is 1.5 inches, and I know this is 9. So I'm probably going to be able to get 5 of these. I'm going to come down to the array copy, and I'm going to say I want to be on the x-axis. Let's see here, we want to be rows and columns. So columns we want to be 5. So we've changed that to 5. And let me kind of highlight that here. Let's see, 1. So on this, let's see here, let's go back over here. So we wanted to come up here. We wanted to do that at 5. And then for rows, we're going to come over here, and we're probably going to get at 5 inches, and the whole length of this is 26, so we could get 5 of those, but we want to do some 7s. So I think I'm going to do 3 rows of these. And let's go right here and we'll type in 3 rows. And we're gonna go ahead and copy. Okay, so I didn't put any space in the middle. I'm gonna change that right now because that would never work. So let's go up here to edit, and we want to undo array copy and go back here. Now we want to put a gap on the X. We want to be a good 1/4 inch, probably 3/8, but yeah. Let's go here, and we want to make that right around, I would say 3/8 of an inch, 0.375. And let's see what that does. Well, that's only going to give us 4. So if we can only get 4 in there, we might as well make that gap bigger. So I'm going to undo that. Undo array. And we're going to make this 4 wide. And we're going to give a whole 1/2 inch in between. 0.5. Now we're going to do it. Copy. Yeah, we can still put a little more in there. So undo array, let's go 5.2. Yeah, actually let's just go 6. Copy, there we go. Okay, and I'm gonna close this. And I wanna see how much room I got from the top, from there to about there. And I've got 10 inches. So I can do a set of 4 7-inchers. That should be plenty, because I use these more often. Of course, if I have 8, I can do 7 of each. So here's what we're going to do then. We're going to come over here. I'm going to pick 4 of these. I'm going to delete 3 of them. And then I'm going to come up here to this one. And oh, are these touching? Okay, I didn't put any space in there. Okay, let's undo it. Undo array copy. Let's go back to array copy, and let's do a space of 0.387. Now let's try it this time. There we go. We got our spaces there and spaces there. Okay. So I'm going to close that now. But I'm going to want 2 rows of 7. So let's just see if we got enough space. If I go eliminate that, that's 14.8, almost 9. Yeah, I can do that. I'm going to close that. I'm going to come over here. Let's see here. I'm going to pick this. I'm going to pick 3 of those, and I'm going to delete them. I'm going to leave this 1, and we're going to turn this into a 7-incher. So let's get out of here. Okay, so now we're going to come over here. Going to go over to our rectangle, and we got 5, so we're going to expand this to 7 and apply. Okay, and so I'm going to close that and move that up. Okay, and that's for the outer side. We want 1.5 inches from here, so let's do this. Got that there. We're going to do a new one at 1. I think that was 1.5. Let me take a quick measure here. 1 3/4 down is where that hole will be. So we want to go down 1.75. Yep, I want to be minus 1.75. Okay, close. I don't need that one. Okay, so this hole here, that is going to go up to there. And that'll be okay for that. And then this one, that's going to go right to about there. And now we got our 7-inch one. So now what I want to do here, we'll see if we have enough room to copy those. Go to Array Copy. And we got 4 columns. And we want, or no, 4. Yeah, we want 4 columns and 2 rows. And let's see if that works. That works. So we're going to have 8 of the 7-inch and 8 of the 5-inch. Okay, so now what I got to do, I want to put these all in their respective groups. So I'm going to select these, hold down the Shift key, select those, hold down the Shift key, select those, and hold down the Shift key and select those. Okay, so I got all those selected. Right mouse click, move to layer, and that was the overall hold down. I'm gonna move them to there. Oh, I wanted to group them too. So let's go back to that overall hold down, and I can print all. I'm going to group all of these. Group. Hey. Okay, so I got those grouped. Close. Let's go back up over here. Let's bring up the cutouts. Okay, there's the cutouts, and we got all of them. So now we can select them and group them. Make sure we move them all to move to layer cutout. Yeah, they're all there. And I want to group those objects. Yeah, they're all in the cutout. So I'm gonna, now I just want the bolt openings. There's all the bolt openings. And they're in the right folder already, and I'm going to go ahead and group these objects. Okay, I go up here to View, Guidelines. We're going to make them not visible. We don't need them anymore. And let's make everything visible again. Okay, now we're going to go over setup over here, and we're going to do our paths that we're going to need for milling these out. So we'll be back in 1 second. Okay, so the first thing we want to do, we're going to do the holes in the middle, and we're going to come over here and we're going to go and pocket these. And we're going to use a 1/4 inch end mill. Our start depth is 0. Our cut depth is going to be Z plus 0.02 equals 0.77. And then we want to come down here. Let's see, we're pocketing that. We do want to do a little ramp move here, just a short one, probably 0.38 would do. And we want to let's check our tool. I've got the 1/4 inch. It's cutting down 13 hundredths. I could probably go a little more, a little faster than that, but that'll do. We'll say OK. And let's calculate. We know it's going to cut through. Preview to selected. And there's all our holes. We got those done. So we're done there. So now we want to mill out this section. And because this is going to stay the same height. So we're going to mill that out. We're going to come over here. We're going to do a pocket on that one as well. And we're going to use the same 1/4 inch end mill. And we got the ramping, so we're going to calculate. We don't want to go all the way through. Cancel. Our cut depth, we want to make that Z divided by 2, because I want it to cut right in the middle, equals 0.375. Now I can calculate. And let's preview that. And that looks good to me. And there we go. We got all those cut out. And so now let's go back. 2D view. Now we're going to cut out the actual units themselves. And we're going to go here with a profile. And we're going to use the Z plus 0.02 equals, and we want to be on the outside of the line. We're using the 1/4 inch end mill. We do want to add tabs, so we click on the tabs and we edit tabs. And I want to have probably 4 add tabs. So it's putting them on the edges and on the sides, and that works for me. Except we rounded, it's a rounded edge here, but that rounded edge is right on top, so that'll be easy enough to get off. So close, that'll work for that. We're going to add a ramp. We want to go a smooth ramp, and we're going to go about, it's got 4/10 right there, that's fine. We'll make it 0.3. Don't need much there. And let's calculate. The tool will cut through the material, okay. And we'll preview that. And there we go. We have our pieces all made. We got our 7-inch and our 5-inch. So now all we have to do, being they're all using the same bit, I can take them all, close. I'm going to go up here and the selected tool paths. Visible tool paths to one file. There we go. And we save the tool path. Hold downs. And we're going to call this FINISH, finished hold downs. Save it. Now we're ready to go cut. So we'll go over to the CNC machine, we'll mill these up, and then I'm going to show you how I plan on using these on the spoil board. Coming up with a little cleaner way to keep tall things out of the way, because sometimes you put stuff in there and you got the knob sticking way up, so I'm trying to reduce that all the way down just to make things a lot easier. So we'll see you over at the CNC machine. So there we have it. We've got our 16 blocks. We'll take them out, clean them up with a little sanding, and then we'll show you the last part, which is coming up with a new bolt system that'll make it easier to keep these things tied down. So there we have 16 new blocks. We'll sand those up, and then we'll go over there and check out a new way to bolt them down to your table. And just like that, we have 16 already made. And that was about an hour and 10 minutes to do everything. And now I want to show you what we're going to do over at the CNC to bolt these down. So here's one of the problems I have. Let's say I've got this holding a board down, and maybe it's a longer board, and I want to get one in the middle. Well, I got to either take one and slide it up and slide a new one in, or what I just wanted to do, if you can see this is a regular T-bolt, but I've ground the edges off so that now this will fit right down through the slot. You turn it and you're in there. So I don't have to take everything off. So here's my thing I just made. I put this on here. So if I want to go in there, I just slide that down, go around, I come over here, and I've got one in the middle. And I don't have this sticking up much higher. When I had the other one on when we were cutting, I was right at the limit. I actually kind of made that just a little bit too short on the edge, and I had to move those clamps right to the very edge so that when I cut them out, they wouldn't hit the clamps. And the back of this was coming down where it would have hit this. So now I've saved about a 1/2 inch. I'm no higher than about, I would say 1 1/4 inches off the table. And it just makes it a lot better and a lot easier. And it's pretty quick. So, when you want to take them off, you're good. You want to put them on, you put them on. Got this little Bosch. The Bosch has a clutch, so I'm not over tightening it, but I can get it tight enough. So now we've got all new clamps, and I made them out of sapele. I had made a couple from sapele a while back, and I was shocked at how strong they were. And even the yoke I split sometimes. I have one here, but I just split today. So the sapele does seem to be a lot stronger. And I made the new ones. I made 5-inch and 7-inch, so I get different reaches out of them. But that's the new tie down or hold downs that I'm using. So that's the job, and I hope you enjoyed watching the video. And please do not forget to click the subscribe button and also ring the notification bell. This helps us out and makes us make more videos. So thank you for watching the video. Have a good day.